My name is Paula Rowe, and this is Global Unified Breathing. Welcome to the show today. Today, we're going to be finishing up with a 7-week series that we started, and it's called the 7 Houses of the Christed Consciousness. And today is the final house of humility. And then if you'd like, you could go over to globalunifiedbreathing.com, send me a message, and I'll send you the link to join in with us on the Zoom call where we're going to take all 7 of the houses, bring them together within the alchemy of the solar plexus, anchoring in this frequency of the Christed consciousness in these attributes that we've been breathing into every week, and making this a part of the holy breath. So if you'd like to do that, go over to globalunifiedbreathing.com or globalunifiedbreathing@gmail.com. And so today, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start off with a invocation. I am my I am presence, and I am one with the presence of all humanity. As one breath, one voice, one heartbeat, and one energy, vibration, and consciousness of pure divine love. We invoke the most intensified frequencies of the 5th dimensional crystalline solar violet flame of God's infinite perfection that cosmic law will allow at this moment. We invoke the company of heaven, the legions of 5th dimensional violet fire archangels. Blessed ones, we ask, blaze the violet flame of God's infinite perfection with the power and the might of 1,000 suns, in, through, and around every thought, feeling, word, action, memory, and belief that humanity has ever expressed in any time frame and any dimension that reflects anything less than heaven on earth. Transmute this energy, cause, core, affect, record, and memory back into its original perfection. Seal it in an invincible force field of divine love, eternal peace, God's infinite abundance. We accept that this activity of light is being God victoriously accomplished. We also accept and know that this powerful violet flame is increasing daily, hourly, moment by moment, with every breath we take, until the sweet earth and all life upon her have ascended into the 5th dimensional frequencies of light and the new earth, where divine love and oneness and reverence for all life, eternal peace, infinite abundance are a tangible reality, and so it is. So today, what we're going to do is talk a little bit about humility before we drop in. And so this is the 7th house. And when we think about the spirit of humility, It's what we're doing is dismantling within us this built up pride of self-importance that some of us have felt like we needed to have it to even survive in the world the way it is right now, but it wasn't a true humility. And we ask that self-importance and we call in the spirit of true humility, because the self-importance only grows into a pride of entitlement and these things that bring us actually further away from what the true humility is meant to be. Humility, we've all been humbled, but we're talking about the type of humility that is a character strength. It builds and is described as a growth mindset, because it's, in a sense, the type of humility that also would bring in teachability, where we're very open to being taught new and different ways or different ideas. And this kind of humble mindset is a very significant positive effect on our cognitive, impersonal, and decision-making skills. And right now, these are not necessarily things that we need to just in a business. We need this for our life skills. We need to be reminded how we're moving away from persevering in survival of the fittest to survival of all, unifying. These are ideas that I'm giving you about unifying so that we can create within us a Christed consciousness, the attribute of spiritual humility. This isn't about repressing our energy or hiding our energy, or maybe feeling like the humbled humility, the humility that is about where we don't participate in life, we just play small. So we've gotten over the years, over lots of years, gotten a very skewed idea of what humility really is about. And I'd like to invite you to look at this as a moral and a component of moral character that is being manifested in the modesty, empathetic, acknowledging, and respecting others at a much deeper level, and accurately understanding as well as owning our own limitations. So let me repeat that. Understanding humility as a character strength is an essential component of moral character that is manifested in modesty, being empathetic, acknowledging and respecting others at a deeper level, accurately understanding as well as owning our limitations. As a character strength, humility can be viewed as the opposite of pride, arrogance, entitlement. These are inflated sense of self-importance, our talents, and even our accomplishments. So we've done this, but are we pretending? Is these just words that we pretend, that we speak about ourselves and our accomplishments, but not necessarily coming from the heart? It's coming from I must, I have to, build myself this way, or else I'm going to get taken down. So I want you to really ask yourself, what type of humility, and are you pretending to be understanding of what humility in the new world? Humility is definitely acknowledging and respecting others, but more than ever is owning our own limitations, not focusing on them, but owning them, so that we can build on those things that we're aware of that are our own shortcomings. We all have them. So today, what we need to do is dismantle the pride, the self-importance, the inflated sense of self. Admitting our shortcomings is a really good start, and to actively seek to overcome these. So if you want some ideas about how to do that, send me a message on the website. I have tons of information about working through this and working through the shadow self. A humble mindset with significant positive effects are definitely helping our decision-making skills, and we all need to up our ante with how we make decisions right now. We can't be in the old paradigm, in the old way of thinking. And if you're doing that, you're out of flow. Something that's becoming extremely apparent is there is a frequency that is here, that is direct source energy, light, the Christed consciousness. It is a flow energy. And when we surrender to the mind that's telling us the doing, and we go into the being and capture this frequency that's there, it's within us, it's around us, we can then say we're entering the flow. When we enter this flow in the sense of being humble and understanding, humility, it is reverence for all life, and it also taps into a collective consciousness that is part of the superconscious, especially when we use our breath. That's the exciting part. Opening up the superconscious mind so we can delve in, so we can receive the energy that puts us in the divine, sacred, holy flow of the moment. And I know for some of us, we are planners, but the more that we drop those have-tos and doing activities and allow ourselves to be in the humbleness of the flow, the more we will realize this is a live frequency that is here for you. And out of your eyes, you will experience a new radiance, a new sense of peace, and the ability to see the difference between when I'm not in flow, I'm suffering, I'm struggling, I'm allowing my negativity to all of a sudden just bring me down in one fell swoop. Remember, we are a magnetic, electric, energy universe, and we are raising in frequency. It is your responsibility to take the reins of where you put your energy. Thank you for spending time with me today, because where we're putting our energy is allowing ourselves to be in the flow of upping the ante, raising our frequency, bringing in the holy breath. So, we must remember that we are an object in everybody else's universe. We are not the center of the universe, but we are responsible for the multidimensional energy that is around us and that we send out. In the center of that, when it comes to humility, we remember that there are many other minds that are grabbing for the same thing that our mind wants to grab to. But it's empty. It's pretend. It's not real. So if we can be in the flow every day, waking up, remember we're setting our phones 3 times a day to consciously bring our attention to the sacred, holy breath. Am I breathing? How am I breathing? Am I holding my breath? Am I pushing my breath down? Am I not allowing myself to breathe fully and freely? So let's breathe now as we dismantle the house that's full of pride and self-importance, where we join in collectively with all of humanity that offers this to themselves, and to bring in the Christed consciousness, which is a very high frequency, where new ideas, and we're exposing ourselves to the truth of who we are. How beautiful. So our intention through the breath is we're creating an internal house for the Spirit of Christ to reside within. Within our hearts, our minds, and our body. In all ways. In the perfect alignment of the universal law of one. The perfect law of structures and divine alignment of our highest expression and spiritual purpose in God's sovereign free. We now ask and direct ourselves, making direct connection with the one living breath of God. This loving force is within you. It's within all of us. We must turn our attention to pray with such fervor, for now we are crossing through the timelines into the right side of God. So lean, and if you're leaning into God, lean harder and lean to the right. Always. You are loved beyond anything you could ever know. Beloved God, we request in our hearts and we pray to create this house of Christ and to purify ourselves. We request the dismantling of the houses of ego, to evict the imposter, the pretender spirits, and replace them with the house of Christ. I state my authority and intention to be of service to the one true God and build a strong relationship with my spiritual inner light. So I want you to close your eyes and just breathe deeply. There is no count. There is no frequency or momentum. Just breathe deeply. Relax, close your eyes. We have evicted the ego. We are asking to bring in the house of humility, the Christed consciousness, into the inner sanctuary. And with every breath that we breathe, every inhale, it moves around the chambers of the heart, massaging the heart, cracking open our heart chakra, moving down into the solar plexus, where the divine alchemy happens. The sacred holy breath. Keep breathing. Feel this as I call in for all of us to be caressed, enveloped with the white fluid garment of the pure platinum light. Feel this put around you now. Feel this garment of light just enveloping your whole body. It's very humbling. Breathing deeply. Breathing in peace and love. This garment of flowing liquid light is surrounding your entire body. Bringing in the frequency with every inhale. Stay with it and keep your eyes closed. The seventh house of the Christed consciousness, which is humility. Releasing this energy on your exhale, sending it out to all mankind, all of the collective, all of every breathing being on this planet, offering this holy breath, offering the alchemy, knowing that we've brought in the house of humility in the inner sanctuary of our being, surrounding you from this day forward. Breathing deeply, relaxing. Breathing in the house of humility. And the deeper, take a deep, deep breath. Deep breath, breathing into the inner sanctuary. Keep breathing deeply, and with every breath, the frequency of your entire being. Being rises, raises, expands, and elevates. You are infinite worth. There is nothing that you have ever done, ever will do, or can do that will take this infinite truth away from you. Rise up. Rise up with the breath and know this to be your truth. Allow yourself this blessing and this gift. You are infinite worth. Nothing, absolutely nothing you have ever done, will do, or can do can take that truth from you. Rise up in that frequency. Expand your light body with the truth of who you are. And let your breath surround you with the alchemy of the I am breath, of the infinite worth that you are, always have been, and always will be. Rise up. Allow this to happen. Expand the barriers and the perimeters of your being. Push out into the room that you are in and let yourself expand. Feel the infinite worth, the sea of this truth all around you. You are swimming in it. Take a deep breath with this. Expand the light body. Breathe into this now. The seventh house is humility, and we are humbled, knowing the divine truth. You are infinite worth. I am infinite worth. Breathe that in. I am infinite worth. Expand. Let yourself hit the ceiling. Expand out to the city you're in. Expand out to the country you're in. And now, rise up and allow yourself in that one breath, the holy breath, the breath of God, to encircle our divine planet, raising everyone's frequency, dismantling all those things that we no longer serve. Knowing the truth of who we are, we allow this truth to come through. My name is Paula Rowe. Thank you for joining me today. This is Global Unified Breathing. Remember, expand with the breath. Set your timers on your phone for 3 times every day. Conscious of my breath. Remembering my infinite worth. Anyone can do this. So don't forget to send me a message if you'd like to participate in the Zoom with all 7 houses of the consciousness of Christ, where we come together and breathe this in. And thank you for joining me today.